Hello, and thanks to each one of you watching us right now. I am Sandra Abreu, CMO da SHES, and I will have the honor to host this event today. I am so pleased to open this road table, which will be focusing on the two topics of international fashion industry and women's empowerment. I'd like it to also thank all the panelists for making themselves available on this date and order to share what they think about this industry with us. So good at. The main purpose of this event is to mentor and inspire businesswomen in international fashion industry. A note that's on road table will be English. On over a video will in the international fashion industry. They made available the subscribed with the subtitles. I like it now to introduce you all panelists. A little about the magnificent Phoebe Oma. Shows that. She's residing in Nairobi, Kenya, is graduation in fashion design and market by KA, and had the privilege to participate in the African Fashion International. She's loved art and fashion from a very young age. Specialist in lifestyle, fashion, and family illustration, she has a passion for illustrating for African brands. All other occasion, she does breaking the role and she's building behind Africa for other international brands. Now, the other amazing guest is Amelia Armando. She is a Bachelor of Honors and ECT in Business Environment from Queen Mary University of London and a Master in International Business at London Southbank University. She is the co-founder and the CEO of SHES, an African fashion e-commerce startup. She considers herself an Afro-optimist and believes that we can and must change the narratives about Africa. She is also activist from inclusion and diversity in the building, and always empowerment for the continent. So it is, we can begin with Phoebe, please.
Hi, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here, and I'm really grateful to Jill Sane for organizing this event and all of the other panelists who have given their time to attend as well. I also just want to thank Kaneri for, organizing this entire event so that we can share our knowledge and all of the things that we've learned in our path and in our careers. So as Sandra was so kind to introduce me, my name is Phoebe Oma, and I'm a fashion and lifestyle illustrator. I'm based in Nairobi, Kenya, and I've always loved to draw. I loved art from the time I was a very young girl, but I never knew it was something that I'd be able to form into a career path that could actually, take care of me and take care of my bills as well. Growing up, I just knew it was something, people did for fun. And it's been really amazing being able to do it like full-time as my job and to have different experiences every single day, I guess, because with the type of work that I'm in, I get to work with so many different clients. I get to commission work, and that really helps me to have a really wide range of clients. I've worked with people who own museums, with magazines, with people who are publishing books, and it just gives you such a wide range of different kinds of people that you never really knew you'd be able to come across. And the thing that's really great about that is the experiences that those people have tend to rub off on you as well. And I feel like it keeps enriching the work that I do and how I treat my customers in the future. So I also just wanted to talk about, the business side of being an illustrator. When I first started illustration, it was something that I didn't entirely know the business end of it. And so I think mentorship is such an important thing. I was mentored by some people who work in the illustration field. And the great thing is we have the internet now. So I met like most of my mentors through the online space, and that was a really great thing. And they helped me know, how are you supposed to secure a contract? Are you supposed to ask for a deposit, and so on and so forth? And I think those are such important things. As women, when we get to work in business, people will always have like a preconceived notion about you. And I feel like we're always, fighting to take our ground so that people can respect us and people can see that our points of view are just as valid as anyone else. And so those are things that I've gone on to learn. The mentor can't give you every single thing. Some of the things you learn on your own, like the confidence that I've been able to have, it's only because of, having these experiences. In my earlier days in illustration, that was in 2019 when I was doing it professionally, I did several jobs without even asking for a deposit, and it ended very badly. So, you need to be able to have that confidence to know your worth and know what you should be able to ask for. And I think that's so important. I feel as women, sometimes it's hard for us to ask because, people can see us being aggressive, and is that really your place? But as long as you know that what you're doing is valuable and you're doing it from a pure point and just to help people, I think you should be able to have that confidence and to ask for what you deserve, even if it's a pay raise. I also just wanted to touch on what motivates me. The thing that really gets me up every single morning is knowing that this creative career path, I can make intentional decisions in it to kind of, carve a path out for myself in the future. And I think, knowing that the skill that you have is enriching other people's businesses as well, it really keeps a person going. And it helps me to understand that what I'm doing is not just, it's not just art for art's sake. It's also powerful because you can have a message behind your artwork. The thing that I choose to do the most is to represent dark-skinned women in my artwork and African designers, because when I was entering the field of illustration, all I had seen growing up were just, Caucasian women in the magazines. And I was also like drawing that for a very long time before I started doing illustration professionally. So I feel like telling the African story and knowing that the intentional decisions I make will help to sort of shape the narrative that the African creative space holds and African fashion is so important for me. And knowing that, these creative decisions can actually not only empower other people who get to consume the artwork, but they also get to empower me economically, and hopefully I can pass that down to other people. So my story is, how I got into illustration was just my love for drawing. And I had said it in the beginning, I never knew this could be a career path for me, but every single day that I keep on continuing with this journey, I get to hold on to the version of myself I had when I was a child. I feel like I'm nurturing the little Phoebe inside of me who loved to draw. And I'm showing her that, you know, whatever you're doing, it's valuable and it's also important as well. So, you know, even what encourages me the most is knowing that we can have these dreams from childhood and it can flourish into something really beautiful, and that every single day is an opportunity to learn and to continue to grow. And I think that's just an incredible thing. And the advice that I have for anyone who want to even get into this kind of space or is just honing their own creative skills is to be confident in your own work and to ask for, you know, what you feel that you deserve. Don't just leave it on the table and say, no, I don't think I fit into that space. Because the fact that you believe in something, that's just the first step. And I think it's so important for you to have that belief system, not only in yourself, but in your, you know, in your creative abilities. And the best way to do this is to always educate yourself. If you get any single chance to, you know, improve your skills, whether it's a course, whether it's a mentor that you get to meet, I think it's so important, because having those skills and advice from people who've already been there, it just helps to build your confidence. And once you're in that field, be someone who teaches other people as well, because I feel like once you choose to open the door for other people, it truly helps a great deal. And it continues just to cultivate a culture of, you know, women who are always looking out for one another, because women have played such a great role in my career. You know, it's a woman who was even the producer at CNN who fought for my story to be told. It's a woman who mentored me. And even right now, I've been working on a book project for a client. And I remember being in this space. It was like my first very big book project that had so many illustrations going on. And I remember the client telling me that, you know, don't be afraid to ask for this amount of money, or don't feel shame. And I feel like if we can do that for each other as women, we won't have these problems of women being underpaid in a certain field. We have to take that responsibility to make things better for the people coming behind us. And that's basically my story and the advice that I have to share with you all. So thank you so much for giving me the floor.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I can listen Amelia. Hello, Amelia.
Oh, hi.
Your time. Welcome.
Thank you, Sandra. Thanks also, Phoebe, for your intervention and your sharing your experience with us. Thank you, Aneri, for organizing the event and hosting us and allowing us to share our experience of what we've been doing. So, as Sandra said in the introduction, that was very well done. Thank you, Sandra. I am Amelia. I am Angolan. I live in Luanda, Angola's capital, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Shesh. 3 years ago, at 2007, roughly, I left my country to move to Europe to do my higher studies. And first moved to Russia because of my parents' work, and then moved to England that I could actually attend university and continue with my studies. During this process, I was very excited about meeting new people, getting to know new cultures, new experiences. And in this interchange I was having with people during this period, I started realizing that they knew very few about Africa and our lifestyle. And most of the knowledge, or most of the things they knew, were not the most positive ones, unfortunately. I've had a lot of very funny questions asked that for me were like quite unimaginable, the scenarios they asked, but for the people who asked, it were. And then I started realizing that they actually didn't know. They weren't just trying to be funny. Some of them really didn't know how the lifestyle and things in the continent happened. So from that point, I started thinking of trying to find a way to show them more of the other side of Africa. And while doing my university higher studies in England, I was in London. UK has a very strong e-commerce culture, and I loved the whole. I kind of started falling in love with e-commerce because I'm sometimes quite lazy to go buy stuff, and I love the whole idea and concept of things finding me at home. And I was